it kind of comes to you. I think obviously you get many ideas, but think of each idea and give it some time. Whichever idea stays with you is how I do it. Like if you have 5-6 different alternatives, but over time you keep thinking about them and you realize, no, this one won't work, this one won't work, and then there will be that one or two that will
you get comfortable
that you get, that stay in your head a little longer. So stick to that. Take some time to develop the conviction on it, I would say. Of course, you should be able to write well. I think you should be able to express your thoughts in a written form well. That's the first thing. But apart from that, you should be a good observer. I think you should have an insight. You should be a very perceptive person, and I think you need self-discipline, and you should be hardworking, because ultimately that is needed to be a writer. Well, I would recommend you to read up on. There are books on grammar. Elements of Style is a very popular book. There is a lot of articles. You can of course have someone look at your work, somebody who's older than you, have them check it, because make sure you submit a grammatically correct entry. It's not advisable to submit something that is not correct. Everything is important, but I think the plot, of course, for me the plot is quite important. I don't think you need a very big vocabulary. I don't have a very big vocabulary. You do need imagination, but you need a certain grip on language. You need to be articulate, I would say, more than very eloquent. You need to be articulate. You need to. I don't want to say that I want this story as the winner. That's not. I really want a story that when the jury reads it, they just really it stays with them. I mean, they get affected by it, they get moved by it, and they feel it's very interesting. It doesn't mean that it has to be very emotional and make you cry. It can be a very funny story, it can be a dramatic story, it can be something interesting you wrote. It's just really up to you. If the jury feels that what you've written is something people are going to like, then they'll select it. As simple as that. I think first of all you have to be very clear on what are you trying to say. You have to very quickly get into the story. I think that's therein lies the trick. I think you have to make sure that from the very first line itself, people are hooked to the story, because you don't have a lot of time. It's a short story. You're not going to have a lot of time to set up things. You just have to get into it quite quickly. Often short stories have a twist in the end, but it's not necessary. I think in a short story you should begin pretty soon. I think this competition is short story. You don't have the much space you have to get into the action in the first paragraph. I would just say edit. I mean, don't submit the first time you write something. Make sure you edit it 5-6 times. Make sure you show it to people around you. Let them comment on it, and then ask them how can I make it shorter, because it will be nice if you make it in the limit, I think. I think reading, first step is to encourage reading, and from reading comes writing. Well, you really have to set rules on TV and screen time, basically, whether it's TV, computer, phone, tablets, all these things, video games, DS, PS3, all these things, because my kids try these tricks on me. They're like, but you said this, I can't do, but I'll do this. All the screens have to be rationed, and then you have to make sure there's a reading habit. There's a book by their bedside every day, and they have to keep finishing, and ideally you should ask how did you like it, but try to get books the child will enjoy. Don't force them to read books which they don't enjoy.